Hi, I'm Pat O'Toole with Professional Remodeler Magazine, and I'm here with Jimmy Quinn, a person whose home was deeply affected by Hurricane Sandy. He works at Alure Home Improvements, and we've asked a lot of questions of Jimmy, but one thing that we wanted to cover before we let him go is the dealing with insurance adjusters, dealing with insurance companies, and how that process went, and viewing it through the lens of a home improvement professional, uh, what you probably learned in that process, and how it would have been much harder probably if you weren't in the business.
Absolutely. The key thing once you have a loss is that you must establish the loss with the insurance company. So, as fast as possible, even though you may not think about it the first day, you have to make contact with your insurance companies. You have to get claim numbers. You have to get the ball rolling so that there's actually some kind of action on their part. And it takes a long time. In the end, it took a month to get one adjuster out to the house. But specifically because of all my experience, and I have dealt with some insurance adjusters in the past, it is key and vital that you have a contractor who's knowledgeable, that's able to actually break down the required work in a manner and in a language that the insurance companies understand. In other words, you can't just say, "Oh, I had a loss, and I've lost this amount of sheetrock or this." You have to talk so specifically to them. They have a certain program that they use, and when I did my loss, I actually got. We asked for $81,000 and actually got $78,000 from the insurance company because of the very specific and meticulous way that I broke down an estimate. I mean, they want it broken down: hall, closet, bathroom, den. Even though it's a redundant, going over the same exact information, that's the only way an insurance adjuster can really, deal with you. For instance, if you told him that you needed $13 a square foot to replace floor tile, they're gonna dismiss that claim. But if you tell them, well, I need $2 a foot to remove it, and I need $3 for the mud, and I need $2 for the tile, and $2 to set the tile, and two more dollars for the grout, they'll accept that. So again, I was very successful in getting my adjuster to give everything, and I even went back to him and got a supplemental claim when we had to rip out additional framing to get the oil smell out, which at first he didn't want to do. So another important fact is photos, a lot of pictures, and document exactly what you lost, and have a written, clear, concise way of dealing with them in their language. And a lot of people, they may want to go hire a public adjuster, and that's certainly an avenue to do. But sometimes the best thing I always tell people is having a good contractor come in with the knowledge and the ability to speak to an insurance adjuster sometimes is your best asset. And also now that's the way to get the work done. An adjuster is just there to fight for some money. He takes a percentage of it, and then you're really left on your own. When you're dealing with a contractor, the contractor can fight for you. He's much more knowledgeable about what you need to get the project done, because let's face it, insurance hardly ever really covers all the loss, and mine didn't really cover everything. It certainly doesn't cover contents. That's another good thing to remember, is that flood insurance does not mean contents. So many times people have flood insurance, which I had, but I was never told to have a contents rider. And that costs additional money that when you're buying flood insurance, because the bank tells you you have to, no one tells you, well, do you want to get contents insurance? So, contents is a total loss. So that's a very important point as well.